Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's versions of readings. This is on YouTube channel James13 Wicca. In case you're seeing it anywhere else, this is where it should be. Also, I'm now offering live readings, in-person readings, if you're near Herkimer, New York. This weekend, October 26th, I will be in Dolishville for a benefit for Lisa Knapp, doing short readings. I believe that's from 1 to 5. I'll have more information on my Instagram on that. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Information below. If you're interested in the donation information, then information is also below. Thank you very much, and let's go into your reading. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Aquarius? Whirlwind. Okay, how far does this go? Okay, so there's a choice coming up, and it seems like it's a big one. And when I say it's a big one, if you choose to be a part of it, it's going to be here for a while. If you decide it's not something you want, though, it will end the connection. So it does seem like it's either yes, and there's a lot going on, or no, and we're completely going our own way. So it could be a business thing, could be a romance thing, could be a friendship, could be anything like that, but that's the type of energy we're seeming to get into. And the thing is, with whatever this is, the connection currently is already there, but maybe not at the next level. So for example, if this is a business connection, you could already work at the place where you're going to get this opportunity, but it might be one of those opportunities you either take it now or you're not going to get it again. Could be something like that. Or if it's a romance thing, could be somebody who's already a friendship that's already there that might go to the next level, but if it doesn't go now, it may never go to the next level. Don't settle for less. Maybe when this connection, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be romance, but I do keep getting like that weird connection to it, so it could be for some of you. Whenever you got involved in this situation, I feel like I kept it at a certain level. I kept it at a certain distance. So I keep switching gears, I'm noticing too. So if it's a business thing, I started this job, it was all right. It was all right, but I didn't feel like I was investing. Like maybe I had an apartment, or I got an apartment near this job, but I didn't like get a really nice house or anything where I was like sinking in my roots. Like it might be something like that. Okay. So it started good, but I wasn't overly bonded to it. I feel like I'm missing something for that. And I didn't let myself overthink it. 8 of Cups in question. I think this is in question. I wasn't really sure that I wanted to stay, but I wasn't really sure that I wanted to go. I didn't let myself overthink it. I feel like I kept that point. And what we're going into next, though, is the next season. It's kind of like, I feel like I'm coming into this part where I'm like, things don't feel right to me. And I think I'm realizing one of the reasons things don't feel right to me is because I'm not living in a sense of like, I don't feel grounded. I feel like I could go at any time. I could stay. I could make my own. I'm not overly bonded, but I feel like that's actually the problem here. Things just don't feel right. I'm starting to feel like if this isn't for me, maybe I should start moving on. Or I should I feel like I should be making some type of decision, but I'm avoiding it with the 7 of Swords. And it might be that weird feeling like this doesn't feel right at the moment. This doesn't feel like it did before. It doesn't feel like it fits like it should. And the first thing you need to do, if this reading is hitting, there's the first thing you might want to do, I should say, is reestablish your loyalty to yourself. And it's kind of like, do that Aquarius thing where you put the thought into this and do that loyalty to yourself in the sense of like, all right, this situation, what do I actually want from it? Or do I not want anything from it? Because up to this point, I feel like I really haven't given that much thought. Like, do I want this to go somewhere, or is this just temporary? And like committing to like, okay, if it's temporary, then what do I actually want to make? Where do I actually want to be? If this is something that I want to make permanent or could be permanent, what do I need to do to actually search that out and develop that to make sure that this is actually what I want? I feel like the loyalty to yourself is where this needs to start. What do I actually want from this? And if it's not for you, that's not a problem, but it's kind of like, I feel like I'm floating here, that I'm not allowing myself to answer these questions. Because once I answer these questions, I might see other people in a different light. I might realize that there's some things around here. And I got the Empress reversed, and I got the the Ace of Swords reversed, and that went right on the past cards, I'm noticing too. I'm getting like, I haven't been flourishing here because I haven't really allowed myself to give this a chance. And I'm finding out that there's something here that does match me quite well. Quite well. But this new level of commitment that would be required for it to really link into my life the way that would really, the way that I shouldn't say want, the way that would really benefit me, I just haven't been going there. There's a reason you're not. If this reading is hitting and you're just avoiding it, there's definitely a reason for that. But I feel like that might be the self-loyalty question too. If there's a reason you're avoiding it, what is that reason? And how do you get a little deeper into that to decipher, like, why are we even doing this then? Like, what am I doing here? Why am I not allowing myself to at least look at this a little closer? There might be some deeper issues there that you might need to search out. Okay, so discovering what you need is not going to take that long, especially because you're Aquarius. You got a lot of intellectual activity. It doesn't seem to be that much of a challenge, but it's kind of like letting yourself do this so you can find out all that's to be found here. Is there more good or bad? What's good do I want to keep? It won't, I get with the Eight of Wands, it's not going to take you that long to do that. It doesn't seem like it's like a life and a half journey to figure it out. It feels like you could probably do it pretty quickly. And one of the reasons you might have been avoiding that is because once you realize what's actually here and what you actually want, then it's going to start pushing you to kind of make your decision or make your move, whatever way that needs to be. One of the reasons this reading is hitting now, because it's kind of like, well, what does it matter? Or what does it matter if I do it now or tomorrow or 2 days from now or 2 months from now, 2 years from now? Why would that even matter, right? Somebody else already sees the value in you. And somebody else is already saying, if it's a job thing, it's time for Aquarius to go into this position. Or if it's a friendship and somebody wants a romance with you, they're saying, it's either now or never. I'm going to move forward with somebody. You're my first choice. Are you going to go the way I want to go? The moment is coming where the opportunity to make this optimally move forward is coming. I do feel like it's a moment. It's not going to last forever. It's just one of those things. It's like, I don't know if I really like that analogy, but I guess I can do it. It's kind of like, there's a certain period in time where many people can physically give birth to children. There's times after that where they can't, where they can still bring children into their lives, but there's this, maybe not through the same means. And, let's just say when you get into a certain part of life, it's maybe not as realistic to bring that in. So there's certain seasons where things work easier than others. That may be a better way to put it too. It's kind of like if it's the spring season, it's time to plant. If it's fall, you can plant tulip bulbs and stuff, but they're not going to come up to the next year. If it's winter, you definitely shouldn't be planting anything. I wouldn't think, at least not outside. Not outside anyway. I wouldn't think. But that season one is a little bit of a misnomer because I get this thing is it's not like it's going to come around again. So I feel like that's why we're not using that type of thing. This is kind of like you're in the prime of life where this is the point where this could move forward, this could actually happen. If you pass it by, that's completely okay, but like this opportunity with this situation is not likely to come around again. You know what I mean? If you were dating somebody and you decided you didn't want to get married, and that's fine, and they went their own way, and then they marry somebody else, and you change your mind and you're like, actually, I would like to marry you. Well, I already married somebody else, so it's too late. You get it. The thing is, you don't want to lock into something you don't really want. You don't want to feel like, well, I guess, I don't want to miss out, so I guess I should choose it. You don't want to end up in that boat either. You want to already know how you feel. And I feel like even though it won't take you very long to figure it out, not having the pressure now makes it a lot easier for you to get to where you actually want to be versus like, I have to make a decision. Because I'm getting, as this goes forward, it seems like it's up to you where you actually need to be. And this reading isn't saying like, this is what I want, this is not what I want. It's more saying like, be prepared for this decision before you get put in that position. Because the world is coming, and it's kind of like when the world comes in, it's kind of like it's time to make the decision, and you're ready for it, you can enjoy the process. It's very easy to enjoy the process, versus like getting engaged to somebody and then questioning through the whole engagement, like, do I really want to do this? Do I not? Oh, I think I do. No, wait, maybe I don't. Even though you're like, I don't know, I feel like the pressure makes a difference. The pressure puts another level of intensity that I feel like might, warp the situation so it doesn't look as clear as it normally would. You know what I mean? What is all this over here? Okay, so there are conflicts that are going to come. That are definitely going to come about. They're definitely going to arise no matter what you do. Without wanting to, there's going to be conflicts, is what I get from around the situation. So whatever this is, it's not going to be simple. And I don't feel like this situation is simple, but it may be to your liking. I'm trying to understand what we're saying with that, because I keep getting like somebody putting up this energy of like, you have to deal with me. If you don't deal with me, this isn't going to work. I don't think this is going to be like the perfect ideal. Everything is skipping through the sunshine, dancing in the tulips. I don't think it's going to be like that. But this might be one of those things where, like, I put in the hard work, I get out what I want from it. I put in the effort. This is worth the effort that actually brings me to where I want to be in life. This is more of that type of situation. Like, I got to put in the effort, I got to put in the work, and then I get what I want out of it. And this is definitely one of those situations which might also have that extra level of like, better to answer the question before you're put in the position of like, are we going to do this or are we not? Because once this situation wants an answer, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of like pushy energy. If you're already knowing where you want to be before you get there, it's not that difficult for you. But I get like, if you wait until it's pushed upon you, there's a lot of pressure that comes from this thing that makes it very convoluted. And just because there's pressure from it doesn't mean you're going to be against it. But if it's constantly manipulating and pushing you, trying to get you to do what it wants, it may make you feel like maybe I don't want this, even though you kind of do. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense with that, because I feel like the energy is very... I'm a Pisces, just to be fair. You're an Aquarius, or in that energy. I'm getting... For me, I'd be like, no. But for Aquarius, who can work with that energy and build that energy and make something out of that energy... that might be a good thing for you. You have to decide for yourself. But again, getting that answer before you get to that point, a lot easier for you. This situation takes some work. It's going to take some work. Is it worth it? Because I love this card, that beautiful flower with saying you're ready for more. It's going to be a lot of work balancing it out, but is the payoff worth it? It may be for you. It's like... they're like, if you decide before you get there, you'll know. It won't be that much of an issue. But like, again, if the pressure is on at that one point, I just feel like it's very distorted and it just doesn't come forward as easily or as clearly as you need it to. If you decide to take it, it will stay. If you decide to walk away, it's gone. When I get this Queen of Pentacles, whatever choice you make, be it a work situation, a relationship situation, whatever it may be, whatever way you choose with this situation, person situation, done is done. If you want it, you're gonna like, I'll take it. It's loyal, it stays, you can count on it. If you say, no, not for me, thank you very much, it's gone and it's not coming back. That's another, if this reading is hitting, that's another reason why this is coming forward the way it is, because it's kind of like, we want you to be prepared before you get there. A lot easier for you. As long as you know where you want to be, even if you choose this situation and it's a lot of work, I don't feel like it's stressful in the sense of like, oh my gosh for you. I feel like it's just kind of keeping on it. I don't feel like it's like painfully stressful. I feel like it's kind of like, I got to do that. I got to keep on that. It's stressful. Does that make sense? It's more like the stress of like, you know, as long as I keep on point, the situation stays on point, versus like not stressful in the sense of like, oh my God, I got to deal with this again today. Not that type of stressful if you decide to take it. But again, if you're sorting it out beforehand, I feel like you'll already know that anyway. A lot of quick moving energy with this too. So I feel like the situation isn't meant to drag on forever, but I feel like not coming towards it and not like searching it out, it does kind of make it drag. It makes it more of an unpleasant situation than it needs to be. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.